courage to make this type of video, so I would appreciate a like and maybe a comment down below as soon as you're done watching. So let's go ahead and get started. So here I just want to describe myself. I'm a 21-year-old ambitious entrepreneur. Some of my specialties include e-commerce, stock market investing, and career progression. Hopefully through the years I'm able to add to these, but those basically my three biggest focus right now, my three biggest specialties. Now I do want to talk a little bit about my net worth right here. So I'm 21 years old right now, and thankfully through all of my hard work and all of my accomplishments, I have probably one of the highest net worths of any person my age at 21 years old. But that's all because I started early. I started educating myself financially at a young age, and thanks to that, I've been able to make good decisions avoiding debt. Dave Ramsey was basically like a second father to me. He taught me everything that comes down to how to handle personal finances. So if you're barely getting started, I highly recommend for you to do research on Dave Ramsey. He has helped me a lot, and he has a lot of videos to help you out. So let me break this down for you. This is my Robinhood brokerage account. I have about 11,830 right now. It went down a lot recently due to the sell-off, but as you know, that's investing. And then the 9,531, that's in my investing accounts with Fidelity. So that's where I have my 401k, Roth IRA, anything work related investing, that's going to be there. And then $18,000, that's in a home equity ownership. So I'm planning on buying a home, and I already have this invested. It's kind of like a family home, so I was able to put some money in, but I still have to get the mortgage for the rest of the property. But right now I have $18,000 worth of ownership. My checking account only about $1,000 right now. I recently did spend more on the home equity, so that's why I only have 1,000. But you should always keep your checking account very, very tiny, because does your checking account make you money? The answer is no, but your investments do. Well, hopefully, but they should be making you money. So more of your money should be allocated towards investments, and then less on your personal checking account. So thanks to that, it's about 40,000 net worth, plus I guess you could count my car, so around $44,361.20. So let's talk about some of my accomplishments here. So I started my career with a 50K salary at 20 years old. This is counting like 401k matching and bonuses and all that. It's around a 50K salary, and I was able to get that at 20 years old. A lot of you might be surprised, but that's what I mean here by career progression. So it's a long story. I'm not going to go in depth, but basically I was able to get an associate's degree in 1.5 years for free thanks to this program. And thanks to that, I was able to get 2 internships while studying for my associate's degree. And then once I was done with the associates, I went to apply for the full-time job that I have now. And and I was able to get that kind of salary. I work in IT, networking. That's my specialty in IT. So yeah, that's my salary at right now. I'm 21 years old and about to start looking for my next job, but yeah, that's a pretty big accomplishment for me. Now this, $7,208.33 in total sales in 2 months. So I started my own e-commerce website where I sell products, drop shipping, and I had to learn a lot to be able to do this. This is not my beginning. I started with eBay and then slowly transitioned into Shopify. And let me be honest, with the Shopify store, I was literally about to quit the store after the second week because I thought it was just not gonna work. I wasn't getting any sales. My Facebook ads were not working, but thanks to sticking through it and making it work, putting in the effort and learning more and more until I became successful, that was the result after just 2 months. So can you imagine how much more I'm capable of? And that was just with 3 to 4 orders every single day. If I would be able to get 10 per day or more, that's like an insane amount of money, and it's only gonna grow up from here. So yeah, that's pretty huge for only being 21 years old and barely learning e-commerce. I still have a long way to go, but we'll see. I'll keep all of you informed. So make sure you're subscribed to the Flaming Profits YouTube channel. I did have, before the 2 internships, I did work about 2 years at Red Lobster, and I was actually the youngest server, trainer, and bartender at Red Lobster. So that was a huge accomplishment. I did this through hard work and having a hard work ethic, pretty much. So they saw that I started off as a host and a server assistant, and I kept on telling them, hey, I want to be a server, I want to be a server. And I kept on doing everything I had to do to make it possible and improving my skills. I became the best host they ever had. I became the best server assistant they've ever had. And then thanks to that, I was the youngest server there. And then slowly after that, they made me a trainer, so I would train other servers as well. And I was very young. Everybody else was a lot older than me. So that's something very impressive. I also was a bartender there, and I also trained bartenders at Red Lobster as well. So this is kind of shows how I was able to put a lot of effort into my career progression, because I knew that hard work was going to be something essential if I wanted to succeed through any career. So I proved it with this. I did have my start with eBay. That's where I started buying and selling. It started with selling things that I already had at home, and that's how I grew my ambitious journey through e-commerce. But yeah, I had a really successful product that I would drop ship, and during November, December, and January, I was getting like 20-30 orders every single day for that one product. Eventually, I ended up getting banned. That's why this didn't continue. I'm not going to go into this in this video. I have other videos where I explain that. It's my eBay journey. But I was able to make $1,000 profit for 3 months, so $3,000 on eBay. Just profit from dropshipping a product that I didn't have. I just placed the order whenever someone bought it for me. So that was insanely impressive. I was like, what, like 19, 20 when I was able to do that. So that kind of grew my ambition to making profits online. It's honestly a lot easier than working a job. So now I dedicate more of my time towards making profits rather than working a wage. I have had investments that are up more than $1,000 through my Robinhood account. So that's something impressive. It means that the stuff that I preach about in my YouTube channel, it actually works. Look at any of my videos. You'll see that I'm actually a profitable investor. I've been able to make more than $1,000 in profits on some of my stock investments. So yeah, and not everything in life is accomplishments. Obviously, I've had a lot of faults. I could probably write more, but I can't think of much right now. Due to being an entrepreneur and being so young and focused and dedicated, I have struggled a lot with work-life balance. Sometimes it feels like I'm just working constantly the whole time, with very little time for myself or to do the things that I actually enjoy. If you ask me what my favorite show, TV show, or movie is, I probably don't have an answer for you. And that's because most of my time I spend it working on myself, becoming a better person, business, school, work, all of that. So I know it's something that I need to focus on and fix. Probably spending more time on doing things that actually make me happy would actually be a good thing, but I guess that's some of your sacrifices that you're going to have to make becoming an entrepreneur. It's not easy. You have to have a lot of time and dedication towards becoming better. So I don't have a lot of life balance right now, but that is something that I'm working on and constantly improving. Also stress, that's been a big struggle with me. Because I'm so busy with work and school. I'm still going to school right now. I'm getting a bachelor's degree right now. That way I can get a better job as well. I struggle a lot with stress. When I started my full-time job, I started losing my eyebrows from just stress. And I realized that I also wasn't working out or anything like that until recently. But a lot of that led me to stress, and my eyebrows started falling off, and they actually told me I had something called alopecia areata. I'll write it down in the comment section, or you can ask me. But basically, I don't know if you can tell, but some of my eyebrows have been falling off. It was actually worse before, but it's been getting a lot better. Like, it's almost going back to normal. But yeah, that started happening to me due to stress. And I'm just putting like some cream they gave me, and hopefully I'll be all fixed. But that kind of brought it to my attention that I can't just be working and doing all the hard stuff all the time, I also need to have some dedicated time towards improving myself. Not improving myself, but just doing things that I naturally want to do. I need to entertain myself with things that are not work related, that are not business related. I need to make time for that, because at the end of the day, something might happen to you and the whole work you put in for nothing. So you have to enjoy life. It's not just about where you're going to end up. It's about enjoying the process and living the moment. You should always be happy, even though you might be dealing with difficult things, but try to be happy in the little moments that you have, because you never know when your time will come. So you should always try to find time for yourself and do things that you actually enjoy. Not everything's work, not everything's business. So keep making sure that you avoid stress as much as possible. Another thing is, I can't really relate to a lot of people because I've been so focused on business and career progression and self-development. It's kind of hard to find people who are into the stuff that I am. So therefore, I can't relate to a lot of movies. I can't relate to a lot of video games. I can't relate to a lot of things that other people are focused on. Partying, like, I would probably be the worst partier ever if that's a thing. But yeah, I can't relate to others. I struggle finding people who are like me, and I guess that's something that I'm gonna have to deal with, being a young entrepreneur, and also loneliness comes with that. Sometimes it feels like I'm on this road by myself, lonely. I don't have anyone really that is here and all these things with me. So it's very hard dealing with all of this, but I'm sure it's going to pay off in the long run. But I do need to make sure to enjoy life and live in the moment, actually enjoy what I'm doing, and also try to have fun at the same time. So put business aside sometimes and just live your life. Focus on what makes you happy as well. I struggle a lot with focus. So right now I'm working full-time. I'm going to school full-time. And I'm also running business through the e-commerce. So I have a lot on my plate, and I struggle with focus. Sometimes I don't know what I should be focused on. Should I be finishing school first? Should I be focusing on my work? Should I be focused on business, on e-commerce? So I kind of have a lack of direction on what step I need to be taking. But I'm still investigating that and trying to figure out what best to do. So yeah, if you have any tips for me, a lot of you might be doing better than me. So I'm always looking forward to learn from others. So make sure you leave me a comment down below if you have any suggestions. What do you think about my progress, my accomplishments, my faults? Anything you can advise me on, I would highly appreciate that. And if you learn something from me, I hope that this inspires you and maybe motivates you. Not everybody that's young is just partying and drinking and playing games. Some people like me are very focused and dedicated, and I hope that this educates some of you and kind of inspires you maybe. So yeah, 44K net worth, 21 years old, about a 50K salary, and I'm slowly involving myself in business through little things like this. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you give me a like in this video, comment down below, make sure you subscribe, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Peace.